are you doing? Welcome back to our channel. Tammy here. I hope everyone's doing great. It is a absolutely gorgeous day here, and my gas light is on, so I gotta stop and get some gas, y'all. But I just wanted to pop on and say hi, see how everyone is doing, and tell you you are about to see a few different clips of what we ate for dinner during the week. So I have been sharing my grocery hauls with you guys, and I thought it might be kind of fun to just kind of show you some of the things that I do with them for dinners. I don't know about you, but I am always looking for ideas for dinner for my family. I don't like getting in a rut. I don't like eating the same thing. That is why I have such a problem with meal prep. I don't like eating the same thing. I like to mix it up. And so yeah, so the nights that we did eat at home, we tend to not eat at home on the weekends. So I don't think I shared any of that with you. But the nights that we did eat at home, I share with you some of the things that we had for dinner. So I hope you enjoy it. If you have some things that you love to make that are your go-to meals during the week, go ahead and share those with me down below. I love always trying new meals. Some of them are a hit, some of them are a flop, and I share them all with you guys. So keep watching, and thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload again. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye. Well, I was going to do homemade pizza, and I have decided to do like a big stromboli. So this is my pizza crust, and we've got some Italian sausage, some mozzarella, and some 3 cheese Parmesan blend on top. I'm going to stretch the sides around, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's what we look like all sealed up. Kind of just rolled the ends a little bit, did a little egg wash on there, did a little seasoning, a little Parmesan cheese on top. We're going to put this in a 425 oven and cook it until it is done. I can't wait. Here we go. It is big and poofy and beautiful. Look at this. Almost got a little too brown right there, but that's okay. Excuse the dog barking. Okay, y'all. This is what it looks like with a couple slices cut. Look at that. The ooey gooey cheesiness of it all. This is my sausage and cheese stromboli. Y'all have a good night. Okay, here's our cast of characters. I have some grated carrot, some minced garlic. I have some grated ginger. Yes, there is some carrots in there because I grated the carrots first. I love the smell of ginger, fresh ginger. I believe you can use powdered if you do have it. I have some pre-cooked ground beef. I already cooked this, so I'm just going to put it in the pan and heat it up. And then I have a bag of coleslaw, and I've got some sesame oil and some soy sauce, and that is it. So I've got my skillet heating up. Let me put this ground meat in there, get it warmed up, and then I'll show you how the rest goes. Okay, I've got my ground meat reheated. You can use any ground meat in this. I just was cooking ground beef last night, so I went ahead and cooked it with this. I've seen the recipe call for like breakfast sausage. Normally I would probably use ground chicken or ground turkey, but like I said, cook once, save it. So that's the toasted sesame oil. You can get that anywhere. It is on the international food aisle of every grocery store. I have even seen it at Aldi's. I don't think it says toasted. I think it just says sesame oil. Yeah, this is the Kiko Man, sesame oil. I've told do not skip this step at all. Like, this is a major taste factor in this. So next we're going to do the soy sauce. Let me tell you, you can smell the sesame oil. There's the soy. Ginger. Let me get the rest of that. Okay, I put the garlic, the ginger, the carrots, and here goes the slaw. Okay, so it's all in there. So all it says is you just have to, if you had a big wok, this would be easier than a little pan here. So you just get it all mixed. You cook it until everything is kind of wilted. So it's this easy. Hopefully it tastes good. But like any recipe, you can add to and take away from. Alright, I'm going to do this for a few minutes. I'll show you guys when we're completely done. Okay, I think we're about done. I wanted the cabbage to be really good and wilted down. I think if it's too crunchy, I don't think Nick will eat it. You can definitely taste that sesame oil in there. That is something you definitely do not want to skip on. And then you can always add more soy sauce if you like it. We like a lot, so I figure Nick's going to want some more. I do some dumplings that I probably could have paired with this, but this is so super easy and fast. Look at that. This was so easy, especially if you pre-cook your ground meat first. If you don't, just drain it and make sure you get all the oil out of the pan, or all the grease. I'm going to say we're done. Let me plate it up. Okay, here we go. Here's our egg roll in a bowl, our iced tea. Look at that steam. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. So what we're having tonight is cheese tortellini in an Alfredo sauce. You guys remember this stuff from my grocery haul? What I'm going to do with this Alfredo sauce, I have a little bit of butter, real butter melting in the pan over here. I'm going to thin it out with some Alfredo sauce. I'm going to thin the Alfredo sauce with Alfredo sauce. I'm going to thin it out with this half and half. I'm going to add a little more Parmesan cheese, a little black pepper, a little nutmeg if I can find it. And then in the end, I need to use the spinach up before it goes bad, so I'm going to wilt in some spinach. That is going to be the meal. I've got one of these loaves of French bread. I'm going to cut it in half, cut it open, do butter and cheese, and put this in the oven and toast it up. And guys, that's going to be our dinner tonight. It's been a long day. It felt like work took forever. I'm tired. I'm ready to kick back, relax, enjoy my evening. So this is a really super easy non-meat meal tonight. So it's good to do those every now and then. We'll see if anybody else notices. So I'm going to get busy doing this. I'll show you guys as we go along. Here's the pasta. Here's the sauce. I used about half a jar of half and half, and a handful of Parmesan cheese, a little dash pepper, a little dash nutmeg. And then I also have some spinach over here. I ran home real quick, but I didn't film any of it, so I thought I would tell you. So I ran home on my lunch to go ahead and get dinner started. So I put everything in the crock pot. I'm trying a recipe called crack chicken. I believe I've done it before. I think this one's a little different than the last one. The last one had a few more ingredients in it. So it is also just, what is it? Bacon ranch chicken. And I've seen sandwiches made out of this. I've seen put over pasta. I may make a little bit of rice and put it over some rice. I may not. I don't know. But all I did was I had 2 big chicken breasts. I put them in the crock pot after I sprayed it with, I have the big thing of ranch powder. So I used 2 tablespoons of ranch powder. You know what I forgot? I think it called for garlic powder too, but that's already in the ranch powder. So I used 2 tablespoons of ranch powder, a block of cream cheese. The recipe actually called for 2, but I only had 2 chicken breasts in there, not 3 or 4. So I used a block of cream cheese and I kind of chunked it up in big chunks. I used probably about 1/4 to 1/3 cup of cooked real bacon bits. I don't know why they honked at me. And I used about 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I like to grate my own cheese. Seldom do I buy it pre-grated, so I didn't really measure it, just grated it over the pot. So my chicken breasts were frozen. I did read some reviews and some people were saying that was really soupy, really watery. I don't know if they understand that once it cooks, you got to shred it all up. So I don't know, but that's what you do. You throw it all in there, you let it cook, and then when it's done, you shred the chicken up and you stir and you mix everything together. So it actually would make a really great, if it turns out, it would make a really great dip if you serve that, you know, as like a kind of a heavy appetizer, you know. So we'll see how this turns out. I will show you when I get home. Like I said, I may cook a little bit of rice, pour it over some rice. Nick might like that. I have a bag of salad. I think I'm going to open it up and make just a big giant chef salad tonight. If not, I still have some of that toast from last night. Nick may just want an on a sandwich. So I'll see the way everybody else wants it. And I'll show you when I get home. So we'll see you then. Okay, this is the chicken after I shredded it. It's really dry. I do not think it turned out at all. Maybe that's why I was supposed to have all the cream cheese, 2 blocks of cream cheese instead of just 1. It's a little salty. I think maybe it should have been thinned out, maybe. It doesn't have a bad flavor, no. I went ahead and made some broccoli and rice, and I'm just putting it on top of there. I'm going to make Nick a plate and just put this on top of a piece of French bread and with a little cheese on top. And we're going to see how it goes. We may be reheating leftovers from last night. Okay, here's Nick. Just kind of a little open face sandwich, little cheddar cheese on top. Okay, here we go, porcupine balls. In here I have about a cup of instant rice not cooked. I've got some chopped onion, some chopped bell pepper. There's my ground meat. Normally I would have some minced garlic. I can't find my garlic, so I'm going to use powdered garlic, some steak seasoning, some salt and pepper, and I'm going to mix it all together and make little balls out of it. I also have some corn on the cob with some butter over here as our side, so let me get going. And what I do as a sauce is I mix some tomato sauce with some barbecue sauce with some Worcestershire sauce, and that is my sauce that goes over the meatballs. Okay, here we go. Here's our meatballs all made. They are about golf ball size. I got about 21, 22, I think 21 meatballs. And then here is my sauce. So all I do here, I start by just putting it on each one. That way I know each one has got sauce.
And then if I do that, I have some left that I do pour it over a bit. I want to make sure each little meatball does have some gravy on it. So I'm going to do this, then I'm going to put it in the oven, bake it for about 30 minutes, and I'll show you when we plate everything up.
Pulled one out. So make sure it's done all the way in and show you what it looks like. Usually I do I'm going to let them cook a few more minutes. I think that could be done. Cooked a little bit longer. But you get the idea. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to throw a little salad on the side, but this is it. So porcupine meatballs with some corn on the cob. Well, that was it. That was my week worth of dinners. What'd you think? I like watching what people buy for groceries. I like watching their meal plans and what they eat. We're just an average, ordinary family. So that's what we ate. Some things were great. That egg roll in a bowl was a huge hit. I think for Nick, I could probably make that every week and he wouldn't grow tired of it. That was a huge hit. We'll definitely be making that again. If I don't leave the recipe down in the down bar, leave me a message and I'll go back and I'll update it. The cracked chicken, that was a huge fail. And you know what? I'm pretty sure I made that before, but it was a different recipe. This one looked like fewer ingredients. I didn't use much chicken. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like throw it out, don't eat it. We did eat it, but it was really dry. It was really salty. I did doctor it up a little bit. I kind of thinned it out and I added some more cheese, and it just, yeah, we ate it that night, not again. So that was fail, but it's real life, you know. Sometimes you make something and it turns out, and sometimes you make it and everybody's going, yeah, Mom, don't make that again. No, that was that dish. But all in all, it was a great week. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe we gave you some ideas of something that maybe you will add into your rotation for your weekly meals. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. I don't know if I will do this every single solitary week, but I will do this maybe a couple of times a month. I think it's kind of fun to share. Won't always, you know, share exactly how I made everything. Just kind of show you what it is we had for dinner. So any suggestions, requests, anything like that, leave them down below. Questions, all that good stuff. I love to interact with you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Remember to stop and thank God for today, because it truly is a gift. And I will see you guys real soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.